Savannah, Georgia, Skidaway Island State Park. Hey everybody!
Howdy!
Our adventure starts now! But
Our adventure started at 4 when we got up this morning.
our adventure started at 4! Well, as we mentioned on the link, the last trip, yeah, well, I don't know if it was the last trip to Disney or the one to Louisiana where we talked about, we do it on most all of our trips, living in the Atlanta area, especially on a trip like this where we're going through Atlanta. We don't mess around with the Atlanta traffic. We were up at 4, finished packing, on the road by 5:30.
And as you can see behind us, we have Tori with us.
This is a camping trip.
This is a camping
Yay.
trip. And look who else is here.
We got Sleepy
it's
Dog.
Mason. He has a new hairdo. So he's feeling extra spiffy.
Sleepy, but
Can't
spiffy.
you tell? He loves to travel with us, but he has to be, when his head is up here, he feels like he's up here with us, and it makes him very happy. So he doesn't realize the rest of his body is back there, so it works out.
So this trip, we're on our way to Savannah, Georgia. We're going to be staying at Skidaway State Park. We've never stayed there.
Several people, when we told them where we were going, because we get a lot of questions, now, when's your next trip? Where are you going? What are you going to be doing? And when I told them we were going to Skidaway, I know 5 of the probably 8 people that I told all said, oh, that's our favorite. We love Skidaway. So we're excited to get to go and check it out.
Yeah.
See what it has to offer. I understand it's beautiful there. We, of course, saw some video of it, but have never been there. So it's gonna be fun.
One of our favorite things is when we come back from a trip or we've heard about camping locations or new campgrounds that we haven't been to. First thing we do, get on YouTube, search for videos, try to get pictures, ideas, other people's review of campgrounds.
It's such a great resource. You
But
can even look at the campsites and see, like, some of them, you know, is it going to be good for Tori? Is it going to be bad for Tori? So, important things to know.
Yeah, pulling a 38-foot travel trailer limits sometimes the campgrounds we can get into.
It sure does.
So, yeah, we got to be a little careful on where we go with it. So, one of the things we're excited to do, we've been to Savannah a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Over the years when our kids were younger. In a previous camper, we would come down and we would stay on Tybee Island at the River's End Campground. Great campground, by the way, if you're looking for a place to stay.
On Tybee Island.
On Tybee Island or in the Savannah area, and you want to be close to the beach. River's End Campground is a great campground. We've stayed there a couple of times.
Close-ish
Yeah.
to the beach.
You're a good walk or an easy bike ride to the beach. But because we've done Savannah a number of times, we've done the trolley tours, we've done a walking tour, we've done a bunch of different things. We've, from one trip to the next, heard about new things that we missed. So we're excited to go hit a bunch of really cool spots that most people don't know exist, or don't even think about while we're there. So we're excited to take you guys along with us to some of these locations. So not only with us does the adventure start early, but it also usually starts at Cracker Barrel. park here at Skidaway Island, and we're trying out one of the nature trails. This one is called the Big Ferry Trail. It's a 3-mile loop, and there's a bunch of interesting stuff on it apparently. There's a observation tower out here somewhere. Don't know what it's observing, but we'll find out. There are some kind of ruins, old buildings or something back here. We'll go find out, see what those are about. But rain's coming in today around 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get some wiggles out for Mason. Us.
And us.
Because we'll be cooped up, or he'll be cooped up in the camper. Alligator ponds. Trail, there's this really cool observation tower that we just came across, and we're going to head up here to the top of it. Alright, so I think we're at the halfway point on this trail. This is on the map, it says this is a 3-mile trail. And it's actually laid out a little different. On the map, it makes it look like it's one big continuous loop. But as we found out, since we've been out here, it's a whole bunch of smaller loops. You walk a little ways and it'll say, this is the liquor still loop. You keep going forwards, it'll say, now here's the earthworks loop, which we're at, and we're about to read the sign. We're curious to see, normally earthworks are created for battles, like Civil War battles. Where we're from, there's a lot of battlefields around Atlanta, and there's a lot of earthworks where they dug out holes and places in the ground to barricade themselves during the battles. But there's a lot of that here, and we're trying to figure out what battles may have happened here that these earthworks were made for. Here's a good example of some of the earthworks. You can see this little trough that had been dug out, and you see how they mounded the dirt over here. This would be part of the defenses that they had created. It's really cool. This is inside of the Skidaway Island Park. It's all on the nature trail here. All right, so we're back on the trail after our little break for the earthworks. So what is your impression of this hiking trail?
Left or right?
Right. I think that just goes over to the water's edge.
I really like this trail. It's very flat. It's great for walking Mason. We've passed 2 people the whole time we've been here. I love all the palm fronds growing up from these bushes all over the place. It's just beautiful. And the Spanish moss, it's just gorgeous. I love that there are expansive trails here, and I like the lookout tower a lot. There's just some great opportunities.
Oh, for... Yeah, so far this has been a really pretty hiking trail.
Yeah.
And again, right here in the campground.
The only thing that made me a little nervous was the alligator area.
Yeah, walking between the two ponds they call alligator ponds.
That made me very nervous with Mason.
Yeah, you just expect something to come flying out of the water at any point. Fortunately, it is cool today. I think it's
chilly. It's about 52, 53 degrees. So they're not going to be moving very quickly.
Yeah, they'd be slow alligators.
Yeah, we could probably outrun them, hopefully.
Little interesting side note, as we're walking through all the Spanish moss, back in, I guess, 1700s, 1800s, the people homesteading would make mattresses and stuff them with Spanish moss. Now the downside to that is, if you're familiar with red bugs or chiggers, they live in that Spanish moss. I cannot imagine having a bed full of red bugs. That had to be miserable. So we are at the liquor still site. I have not read the sign yet, so I really can't tell you what's going on with the liquor still.
In the early 20th century, remote Skidaway Island, nearly uninhabited and reachable only by boat, became a preferred hideout for moonshiners. While business peaked during Prohibition, illegal liquor production continued on Skidaway almost until construction of the first bridge in the late 1960s. At one point in this area, there were dozens of liquor stills, and of course flourished during during Prohibition in the 1920s. That one Mason just burped. That one just happened to be, whoa. Oh.
Some places the trail gets a little tight.
That one just happened to be accessible. This trail is very well maintained, I have to say. I love the occasional palm frond in the face. I think it makes it more exciting. There, I said it.
Little follow-up to a tip that we gave back in the camper walkthrough. Lisa had talked about putting a pizza stone between the burner and the rack in your oven to help things cook evenly. And I actually put a pizza in the oven directly on the rack and have been cooking it at 375 for about 16-17 minutes. And without that pizza stone in there, that pizza would have been burnt on the bottom of it already. But it is just golden brown. It is working perfectly. So the pizza stone tip does work very well in your ovens. And there you go. I would have never attempted cooking a pizza in a camper oven before putting the pizza stone in. And if you haven't watched the walkthrough, this is what it looks like. I'm not going to touch it because it is very hot. But you can see the pizza stone there sitting on top of the burner plate, but underneath the oven rack. And it does an incredible job of dispersing the heat so you get nice even heat and you don't burn the bottom of things. Hey everyone, so this is the end of our day one here in Savannah. We've had a lot of fun shooting some video to kind of show you around the Savannah area. We really love being in Savannah. We've been here a number of times, so hopefully over the next couple of days we'll be able to show you more of what we love about Savannah.
And it's a lot of fun to have you guys along. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks for coming along with us.
And if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, that helps us out. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, so you'll have easy access to all the videos we've done so far and videos we're going to do in the future. And ring the bell, sign up for notifications, and you'll be notified whenever new videos come out.
Good job.
I did it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Thanks everybody.